I thought it would be a perfect day to elf our neighbors.
We gotta leave the scene. Hurry.
As many of you know, I am pregnant and I am now in my second trimester and finally feeling so much better. I thought I would also use this vlog to give you my top tips on how to survive the first trimester. But before I get into those, let me explain too what I mean when I say we're gonna elf one of our neighbors. I'm sure many of you all are familiar with booing your neighbors at Halloween. In fact, we've done a few vlogs on that when we boo our neighbors. This is kind of the same thing, but it's a Christmas theme. So I went on to Etsy, and I'll put a link in the description below of the site that I got it. And it's actually, I have it right here. You leave them a sign that says, "We've been elfed," and they're gonna put this on their door. And then you also leave them another little one with like directions and instructions on what they need to do so they can keep it going throughout the neighborhood. And hopefully by the time of Christmas, everyone will have this on their door. But you basically just get a few cute little things to give them, some Christmas themed baskets for the kids especially. It's more so for the kids. So we're gonna be going to Target later and picking out some cute things. Before we go to Target though, I'm gonna give you 2 tips right away. So one tip that kind of helps me get through the first trimester is when you're just kind of feeling so sick and so blah and so tired, don't be so hard on yourself because you're gonna, I hate to say it, but you're gonna feel miserable. Most women who are pregnant do. There's very few, I think, that feel totally fine throughout the pregnancy. So a lot of people will come up to you and be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so exciting that you're pregnant. They'll be so excited for you." And you're just sitting there just like, yeah, I'm kind of excited, but I also feel horrible. And you know, then for me, I felt bad because it's such a blessing to be pregnant. There are so many women out there who can't get pregnant, and I just feel guilty that I'm sitting here just like wallowing and just feeling sick and nauseous and just wanting this to go away. And then people are excited for me and I just am not feeling it. And you just have to remember it doesn't last. You will get through the hard part, and it's okay. It's okay to feel bad because you physically feel awful. So if you mentally feel a little bad, don't beat yourself up about it and just kind of let that go. My second tip is to tell somebody. So I know obviously your immediate family is gonna know, like your husband, and if you have kids, they might know. But a lot of people like to wait until that 12 weeks to tell, and that's totally fine. But for me, telling just a few people, especially people who have been through it and who have been pregnant, helped me so much. Like I immediately told my mom, and it was just so nice to just kind of let it out because I'd been telling her I wasn't feeling well, but I just kind of said, "Oh, I think I'm sick." But then I finally just told her, and it was so nice that I could just be open about it, and she gets it. She knows what I'm going through. And so I didn't have to hide it. She's sympathetic, she knows it, and it just helped to have somebody to go to and talk to when you're just feeling so blah and that has been through it before too. All right, those are 2. But we got to get to Target now and get shopping for some elf stuff. So I'll do some more in a little bit. Gingerbread houses are 20% off right now with Target Circle. So maybe we'll get them a cute like little one to put. I think that'd be fun because that's like a family activity they can do 2 together, so that'd be really cute. What are you guys doing? I'm hearing all these noises. Are you pretending to eat them? I guess I first need to figure out like a basket that I'm gonna put everything in so I can see what I can fit. One of the little girls that we're gonna be elfing just started karate. And look at this, the ninja one. This will be perfect for her. So I'm gonna do this gingerbread for one kid. And then I'm actually not gonna do a gingerbread for the other one. I'm doing this little sugar cookie set because I think these look delicious. I don't want to do all candy, so I got some little Santa hats too to throw in there. So I just finished, I think, shopping for the rest of the stuff, and I just was in the food section, and it made me think of one of my other tips, and that was be prepared for nausea. And sorry if you're hearing in the background, Layla just found a Grinch shirt. She's very excited. So anyways, be prepared for the nausea. It's almost inevitably going to come. I have never met anyone that didn't have it, and I've also never met anyone that just had morning sickness. Usually it goes all day. And the trick is you never want to let yourself get hungry. So my thing that kind of helped for me was always having saltine crackers. And I would just have a sleeve of those everywhere I went, and then ginger ale. And I pretty much just ate that and toast for weeks. That was all that sounded good and all that I could stomach, but I just had to make sure I kept eating, and I'd always eat a cracker before I even got out of bed in the morning. It might not work for everyone. I've also heard other people like ginger chews, ginger tea, or frozen grapes. And I can understand that because I always liked apples too. Cold apples were something I could stomach. So that helped me get through it. And then my other tip that kind of goes with that, if your nausea is really bad, mine was horrible this last time. I mean, I felt like I couldn't even function. It was so bad. And so one thing I would suggest is talk to your doctor, because there are medicines you can take. She first suggested doing B6 and Unisom together. I've heard that works great for some people. It did nothing for me. So I called her back and she prescribed Zofran for me. And it was a miracle. I was no longer nauseous. I still was tired, and some foods just didn't sound great, but that just, feeling like you're just going to throw up at any minute was gone. So I really suggest, if you're just feeling miserable, talk to your doctor about it. See if there's something you can take. All right, Brian, this is for you.
Yes.
This is all I'm going to get you.
That's all I need.
This is amazing. Look at that, 18 full packs.
Oh my gosh.
That would make Daddy so happy. Those would be gone, I think, in a week, maybe?
Not even.
Not
2
even,
days.
probably not. While we're walking home, that brings up another tip, and that is get outside. It helped me so much. There is just something about getting outside, even if just go check the mail, that not only made me physically not feel so nauseous and tired, it just reinvigorated me and helped my mood. I would just feel so much better. So even though I was exhausted, I would get Layla and we'd go for walks and just, I don't know, maybe that vitamin D, the fresh air, it just really made a difference. So I really suggest, even though sometimes it's so easy just to lay down and stay in bed and stay on the sofa when you're not feeling well, it really does just help to get out and get that fresh air. While I'm getting these packed up, I'll go into my next tip, and that is to ask for help and be explicit. So that's another reason why I was glad that I told some people when I was early on in the pregnancy so that I could get help. For instance, my mom came out and it was so helpful because she would take Layla Jane, take her to the park, do things with her so I could rest and I could nap, which is so crucial. And also just be super honest with your spouse. Like, I would be very explicit with Brian, like what I needed help with. For instance, when he was done with work, he would take Layla and so I could just go sleep. I would take like a nap from like 5 to 6, get up, have a little bit of dinner, and then go right back to bed. And he would just help out a lot with Layla. And then even though I love like meal planning and prepping meals for the week, Brian was kind of on his own, and because nothing sounded good to me. So I would say, you gotta get your dinner tonight because I don't want to cook anything. I don't want to be around food. And so just being very honest and open about what you need really helps. Another tip is to get a pregnancy app. I downloaded the Baby Center app, and I used that with my first pregnancy too. And I feel like the first trimester goes by so slowly because you're just miserable. You don't feel good at all, and you're just waiting to get to that 12 weeks, hoping you'll feel better then. And I don't know, something about like every week getting the update on like what's going on with your body, what the baby's looking like, how big the baby is. those were like kind of exciting things to look forward to. And it just, I don't know, I really enjoyed that, and I still am enjoying that even though I'm feeling better now. It's always exciting, you know, when you hit that 1 week and you can count off another week and just to learn more about what's going on. It's really fun. So I suggest the Baby Center, but there's so many apps out there. These are all ready to be delivered. Now I just need my little helper, my little elf, to help me deliver them.
Now, just gonna leave it. We're not gonna knock or anything, okay? Okay, come on. Shh. Quiet, quiet. Okay, now let's go give it to our next person. You got it. That's okay. There. There. Everything's okay. You still good? You gotta leave the scene. Hurry.
Well, I think that was semi-successful. We got out and didn't see anyone, but everybody has Ring doorbells now, so they can all just look back at their Ring doorbell and probably see us. But oh well. It's the thought, right? And getting in the Christmas spirit. And my next tip is be kind to yourself. This is kind of like number 1, but just be nice. You know, you're gonna be going through a lot right now, and I know I was feeling a lot of guilt because I have a toddler right now too, and I felt like during the day I was just so exhausted, and I would just really get down on myself, and you could easily get a little depressed with that. So, you know, it's just important to remember that this feeling doesn't last forever. You will get your energy back. You will start feeling better. And while you're going through that, just be kind to yourself and remember you're creating a person. So you have every right to be tired and feel the way you're feeling. I love these felt Christmas trees, and her grandma just sent her this one, which was great because she used to have one, but I'm pretty sure old dog Jax ate and destroyed a bunch of the ornaments. I think I just kind of got rid of it at one point. So we got a nice new one, and this keeps her nice and busy too. While we're sitting here, I might as well go into my next one. You got a Rudolph nose! And this one is something that I didn't really do my first pregnancy, but I did it this one because I am 35. And so I went on Facebook and I found some Facebook groups for like women 35 and over who are pregnant. And really, like, joining a community has been awesome, especially during these first few weeks when I'm feeling so awful and I wasn't able to tell a bunch of people what's going on. I felt like I could go onto these pages and there'd be other women going through the exact same thing I'm going through. We could all like ask questions like, is this normal? Should I see my doctor? Like, what are you guys doing to help with the nausea? And it was like, you get like this sense of camaraderie with all these women, and it's like a safe space to just kind of vent or say your worries or your concerns. So it's just kind of nice having that extra set of people that you can kind of go to and talk with anytime you want. We just got up to the Christmas tree lighting ceremony, and it doesn't start for about another hour, but they have a bunch of little activities and treats set out for kids and families. So we just thought it would be fun to get here early and walk around. Well, as we're walking and continuing our walk around the beautiful lake, I thought I would tell you my other tip, and it kind of goes back to the whole food and nausea thing, and it's just eat whatever you can, and don't worry so much in the first trimester about getting so scared about eating all of the requirements and getting all the iron and everything like that. I remember talking to my doctor about that because I was like, all I can eat are crackers and ginger ale. Like, I'm not getting great nutrition for my baby. And she said, well, you know, you are taking your multivitamins, and when you're so sick and nauseous, all you need to worry about is just eating whatever sounds good, just getting something in. You have the rest of your pregnancy to get all of that nutrition in. So just relax, give yourself a break, and just eat what you can. And I always thought that was great advice, and I stopped this pregnancy. I stopped stressing about not getting enough iron or anything like that during the week. Like, all I want to eat are crackers and ginger ale. And I was like, I'm not getting any protein. Like, I gotta eat a steak, I gotta get iron, but it all made me want to throw up, just the idea of it. So this time around, I was a little more relaxed, knowing, okay, I got the rest of the pregnancy, everything will be okay. Layla and Brian are having little races, and even though I'm in my second trimester and I'm not like, you know, that extreme tiredness, I still get pretty winded. So I'm kind of just walking at my own pace while they do their running in little mini races. We didn't quite make the tree lighting ceremony. We got here a little too early, and then we lost interest and, you know, just toddler stuff. So we're heading home, but that's okay. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. If you are in your first trimester and have some good other tips too, leave them down in the comments below for other future expectant moms to read too. Bye, everyone.